across the South Coast, live from Solent University. You're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 1 o'clock. I'm Jamie Oloshinsky, and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. Southampton welcome league leaders Liverpool to St Mary's on Sunday. Saints will be without two key players as Aaron Ramsdale and Yad Badrack both miss out through injury. The South Coast side sit rock bottom of the table, but Russell Martin isn't willing to give up his tactical style.
We look at Liverpool and have a look at a few things that we can try and capitalise on, and also understand their threats, which are they have a lot of. So yeah, the same way we prepare for every game, to try and be better than our last one, and to try and prepare as best we can and find a way to stop the opposition and to impose our own game as much as we can.
Liverpool manager Arne Slot is worried about his team's selection before facing the Saints.
What does have an effect is the playing style of Southampton, the players coming back from South America, how fit are they, the injuries that we have, the players are coming back. So that is the only thing that has something to do with the team selection, not at all the games that come afterwards.
Sticking locally, and Saints women will clash with their fierce South Coast rivals this weekend. They'll be on the road when they travel away to play Portsmouth in the Women's League Cup. It's the second time this season that the rivals face off, with Saints romping out 5-0 victors in October. Both are currently tied at the bottom of their group, having lost their first matches. Staying in the city of Southampton, and the inaugural European Pickleball Championships will be hosted in the city this weekend. David Lloyd Leisure Club will see 24 nations pick up their paddle and challenge each other for the bragging rights in various categories. On to cricket now. Australia against India started last night, as they began the first of 4 tests. After electing to bat, India put up a score of 150, with the Aussies bowling well. And in the studio, we've got cricket reporter Nathan Potter live with us. Tell us more about the cricket, Nathan.
Yep, thank you, Jamie. Obviously, as you said, India did put up a score of 150, and despite that below-par score in the first innings, they have fought back and do have Australia 67-4-7 at the end of day one. Alex Carey and Mitchell Starc, both the men at the crease, and they will resume tomorrow morning. Pick of the bowlers for the day, it has to be Josh Hazlewood and Jasprit Bumrah, both taking 4 wickets for their sides. And well, tomorrow's going to be an interesting one. Does look like a bowler's paradise out there.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Looking at Formula 1 now, and fresh talks are underway for a brand new team to enter Formula 1 in 2026. American car maker General Motors could be the new F1 team owners to come to the grid. And we are joined by F1 correspondent Millie Payne. Millie, what can you tell us about this extra team?
Well, if this extra team does happen to make its entry into the F1 grid, it will be as early as 2026. So not next season, but the season after. And senior sources say that the GM branded team is moving closer to being named as the 11th on the grid. But this move comes out of the failure of Andretti's organisation attempt to gain a place on the F1 grid this year. F1 have declined to comment, but said this view is very different from the one that Andretti proposed earlier in January, which was fronted by Andretti co-founder Michael Andretti, a former IndyCar and F1 driver, and billed as Andretti's entry with backing from GM's Cadillac brand. But GM said it would build its own engine by 2028 if it were to make its own team.
Thank you very much, Millie. And on track, the F1 circus comes back after a 3-week break, and it's in Vegas. Max Verstappen could strike gold by winning the World Drivers' Championship. The Dutchman just needs to finish ahead of Lando Norris in Sunday's Grand Prix to win what would be his 4th consecutive title. The first 2 practice sessions took place overnight, with Brit Lewis Hamilton topping both. Millie, what are your thoughts ahead of the Grand Prix this weekend?
I think it will be interesting to see whether Lewis can keep that form up over qualifying in the race. Mercedes have had tyre temperature issues, so as it's a colder race, it'll be interesting to see if they can hold out. And with Max Verstappen falling 17th in FP2, it will be interesting again to see if he can pick his form up and take that title on the race on Sunday.
Thank you very much, Millie. Tennis now, and we're into the closing stages of the Davis Cup. The first of 2 semi-finals start this afternoon, as Germany face the Netherlands for a place in the final on Sunday. And on the other side of the draw, it's Italy against Australia, with Italy looking to win it for what would be a 2nd year in a row. And this was the moment that they got past Argentina in the quarterfinals.
A come-from-behind victory for the defending champions. Puts them back in the semi-finals of the Davis Cup.
Scotland's men's curling team will face tough competition tomorrow as they try and secure their 4th consecutive title. They will clash with Germany in the final of the Men's European Curling Championships. Scotland's men are seen as the favourites, but Germany will be determined to win gold for the first time since 2004. And it's the final darts major before the Worlds as the tour visits Minehead for the Players' Championship finals. The first games are just getting underway, with young star Hayan van Veen taking on Scott Williams and Andrew Gildring playing Kevin Doots. The 2023 champion was of course Luke Humphries as he came down from 9-5 down to beat Michael van Gerwen.
Astonishing win! It's a case of hero Humphries at the Players' Championship finals. He has won 6 sparkling, sizzling, sensational legs.
Humphries will defend his title at 9:30 tonight as he plays the German number 2, Gabriel Clemens. Well, that's all from us on Solent Sports News. We'll be back at 2 o'clock. Remember, you can keep up to date 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on our website, which is solentsportsnews.com. Bye-bye.